Hello, 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 and hello, everyone. Welcome to your weather forecast. I'm Dooley Godot, also known as Mr. G, your weather forecaster today with a weather forecast for you for your Tuesday evening. We're going to let you know what to expect for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday across most of the country, especially the western United States. It's going to be pretty quiet this week. So not much to talk about west, but in the central part of the country and in the northeast, we got some weather to cover as we have severe weather across the deep south, Texas. We're going to be seeing that severe weather in Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, where the Masters is taking place. So they're going to have some severe weather to continue with down across the southeastern United States. So let's jump into the first map and take a look at the radar down across the south. So this is across East Texas, southern Arkansas, and Louisiana, where we have severe thunderstorm warnings in place and a tornado warning in place as well across East Texas. And that tornado is moving into Louisiana. If you're in Shreveport right now, if you are in Branson, Missouri, or even into Little Rock, and if you are in Joplin, if you are in Springfield, Missouri, get ready because severe thunderstorms are headed your way, and these storms are packing a punch. They are moving into Mississippi, north of Jackson. If you're seeing severe thunderstorms in Memphis, you might also be under the gun for some of these thunderstorms here over the next few hours as they are headed your way. So a very bumpy afternoon down across the lower Mississippi River Valley. So we have a tornado watch in effect right now across a great portion of that region, and we have several severe thunderstorm warnings and at least one tornado warning in effect down across the deep south right now. So here is a look at the next 3 days. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday, we could be seeing some severe weather down across the deep south. A pretty good dose of it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the most dangerous day with that severe weather, as we have a significant risk for severe weather along the Gulf Coast. So the Florida Panhandle, Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana, which includes Jackson, Birmingham, New Orleans. You are all Gulfport. You're going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. You are in Memphis. You're not out of the woods yet either. Dallas, you're on the back end of this, so you can see some severe weather, but that most significant severe weather is going to take place in and around Mississippi. Mississippi, central and southern Mississippi, down to the Gulf Coast. New Orleans, you too, the Lake Pontchartrain, going to be seeing some pretty nasty thunderstorms, especially tomorrow with large hail, damaging winds that can hit 80 miles per hour and tornadoes, possibly EF2 or larger. So the potential for a severe weather outbreak is likely for Wednesday especially. So here is where we have our tornado watch in effect. We have the potential damaging winds is likely, a tornado is possible, large hail is possible, and flash flooding is definitely possible, as we have a tornado watch in effect across East Texas, northern Louisiana, and southern Arkansas right now. So we have a severe thunderstorm threat into tonight across East Texas, which includes Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, Killeen, Austin, Houston as well, Centerville, Lifton, Huntsville, Texas. Then that's going to go into Louisiana. We're going to see that Alexandria, Panville, West Monroe, Beaumont, Texas. We're going to see that in Shreveport, that severe weather threat tonight that could produce damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes tonight. So very active evening out there tonight. And tomorrow, here is our severe weather threat across the deep south to the Mississippi River Valley, along the Gulf Coast, New Orleans, Jackson, Mississippi, Alexandria, Louisiana, Shreveport, Texarkana, Little Rock, Memphis, Tupelo, Mississippi, Huntsville, Alabama, Atlanta. All of you folks are under the gun for some pretty big severe thunderstorms tomorrow that could produce some very large hail, damaging winds. Now, in the deep south, we don't typically see the gorilla hail like we see over central Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. It's usually over the high plains where we have elevated thunderstorms and those high, steep lapse rates where you can see the gorilla golf ball size hail. You don't really see that across the deep south. Along the Gulf Coast, you typically don't see hail of that type, but I'm willing to bet golf ball size hail is going to be a good possibility. But a lot of heavy rain, flash flooding, and those damaging winds, and a lot of tornadoes, water spouts will be possible off the Gulf Coast, and those can move on shore and become land tornadoes. So even though they start over water, they're not any less dangerous than a tornado that forms over land, because once it moves over land, then it's no different than a land tornado, and they can increase in intensity as well. So be prepared, pay attention to your local weather forecast and the conditions, and have an action plan in place should you become threatened by severe weather. So for tomorrow, our severe thunderstorm threat across the south, a significant likelihood of severe weather down here across Mississippi, especially Hattiesburg, Macomb, Poplarville, Biloxi, Mobile, Alabama, Centerville, Coffeyville, Sweetwater, Meridian, Mississippi State has a campus there. Jackson, all of you folks are going to be under the gun for a pretty significant outbreak of severe weather. And one of the bigger threats is going to be damaging winds, where we can see those winds over 75 to 80 miles per hour. So be ready for those damaging winds. And a lot of times those can be mistaken as a tornado, and they can cause as much damage as an EF1 tornado. Those damaging winds can cause damage like an EF1 or so tornado. Now, that severe weather threat on Thursday, moving to the east now, the southeast, South Carolina, Georgia, North Florida, we got the Masters playing in Augusta. We're going to have severe weather on Thursday, and you guys are going to be under the gun for it down there. So, heavy rain is going to be a big threat down across the south, as it usually is, as an abundance of Gulf of Mexico moisture. So we're going to have severe thunderstorms across the south that will produce lots of rainfall today, tomorrow, and again on Thursday, and possibly even into Friday in some locations along the southeastern seashore. So we're going to be dealing with the potential for flash flooding, and in some cases, the flooding will be likely. Here is your rainfall amounts across parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. Southern Mississippi here in the orange, where you can see 3 to 5 inches of rain. So some areas can pick up as much as 5 or more inches of rain. So a lot of heavy rain expected along the Gulf Coast this week. This is going to be through Thursday. In the Northeast, we're not going to forget the Northeast and the Great Lakes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Warmer weather, temperatures in the mid-70s to New York, and that's going to be what you got out there today. Washington, almost 80 in the nation's capital. Low 60s in Massachusetts, 61 in Boston, 74 in Detroit. So we're seeing a lot of warm air coming out of the Ohio Valley. 76 today in Pittsburgh, 71 in Charleston, West Virginia. But notice, it's cooler now along the Great Lakes. So Lake Michigan is 63 in Chicago, 56 in Green Bay, and 69 in Springfield, Illinois. So very nice temperatures. Gonna just get warmer later this week. The warmer weather is gonna get hot and warmer, so get ready. But a bunch of rain is gonna come up from the south and head off into the North Atlantic later this week, as we're gonna have a rainfall. No snow to talk about this week. Gonna be a lot of warm air in place and a lot of heavy rain. We're not gonna talk about any snow across the Northeast this week, but lots of heavy rain, 1 to 2 inches of rain for a good portion of New England, from Maine through Vermont, New Hampshire, parts of Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and Virginia, Maryland as well. Going to pick up 1 to 2 inches on the high end for some of you folks. And we have heavy rain that's going to extend down the spine of the Appalachian mountain range. So Appalachia, heavy rain again for you. No snow to talk about this week, so that is wonderful news. I think we're done with that. The only other place I'm going to probably talk about snow here as we head into May and June is maybe the Rockies or the Canadian Rockies. But outside of that, and maybe even in Alaska still, but outside of that, no snow here in the continental U.S. So that severe weather threat for your Thursday because of the Augusta there for the Masters. And here is the temperature forecast for the Masters from Wednesday through Sunday. So the Masters tournament, high of 81 tomorrow on the cloudy skies, but thunderstorms on Thursday. We have a high of 76, come down a couple of degrees Friday, and back up on Saturday 77, but really warm on Sunday with the high of 83. So with the exception of a stormy day on Thursday, pretty beautiful weather for the Masters as we head through the weekend. And we have that heavy rain again that we're going to see down across the deep south still to come. And that is your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. Thank you for watching. Leave your likes, comments. Feel free to subscribe on YouTube. Leave a follow on TikTok. And I will see y'all tomorrow night in the next video. Bye-bye.